I was going to talk about jobs, but I thought jobs was a really boring place to start. It was one of my first informative blogs. I thought the best place to start from is to talk about visas. Most of the people that this blog will be aimed at, or this blog will be seen by, are people in the UK. As a UK citizen, still UK, doesn't matter about Brexit and all this stuff. As a UK citizen, you don't need a visa. But what you can get is a visa on arrival. So that means is that when you before you enter the UAE, they will stamp your passport, which will say enter, and that will last for 30 days. What you would need to do is, if you want to stay for an extra 30 days or an extra however long, you can do it as much as you like at the moment, where you can go to Oman, which is just north of Dubai, and go across the border and then come back in. That will then give you another 30 days. You can do that at the moment as much times as possible. There is no limit to how much you can do. However, if you haven't got a British passport, depending on your country, you will have to get something either like a tourist visa or a visit visa. You can get tourist visas or visit visas for 30 days or 60 days or 3 months. The difference between a tourist visa and a visit visa is, with a visit visa, you don't have to leave the country to get an extension. You can apply for an extension. Some people that I know have applied for extensions and got extensions on their visas by applying it through a tourist agency. With a tourist visa, it is just that you are a tourist. Therefore, after the 30 days, you need to exit the country. And again, you may be able to go to Oman, and whilst you're applying for a new tourist visa, or you can go home. Also, with a visit visa, you can change your visit visa to a employment visa, which you can then change to residential visas. Residential visas is something that you get once you are employed by a company based in the UAE, and I'll talk about that process when I talk about more about jobs. Some other countries, including Germany and France, are part of can get a visa called a Schengen Visa. And what a Schengen Visa is that it allows you to stay in the country for 90 days. However, you cannot overstay your 90 days. It's 90 days within 180 days or something like that. So always know what your passport is. Also, when you are going to the UAE, make sure that you have at least 6 months in your passport as well. In terms of the turnaround and getting the visas, again, it will depend. If you're getting it whilst you're in Dubai, depending on the time of year. Now, during Ramadan is it can be very slow because the office hours close really late, early. People don't work that much, so things are slower, and you have a lot of people traveling at the time out of the UAE. So therefore, the process can take a bit longer. And again, with employment visas, your company will apply for that, and again, it can take a while. It can take as quickly as a week. It could take maybe up to 4 weeks or even more. It depends on your company. It depends on how quick your company works. And there's a saying in the UAE called wasta, which is influence. So if your company has a lot of wasta, it wouldn't take that long. If they don't, then it might take quite a while. But for now, as a tourist or someone who's coming to visit or just holiday, as British citizens, as I said, you can get a visa on arrival. Or if you're not a British citizen, and depending on the country that you're from, you can get a tourist visa or a visit visa, which you can get renewed.